Shalom.
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 First and foremost, we give all praise to the Heavenly Father and Son,
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honor to the apostles, the elders, the GMS who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. You know, and this is, we're doing this sit down, man. Brothers will travel many miles this weekend, and brothers continue to travel, man. We're going to fellowship in Dallas, Texas this weekend. And I'm your Kyle from GMS, Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm Yashar. I'm a moth from GMS, Missouri.
I'm Sha'ar, Great Millstone, Dallas.
Quahala, GMS, Missouri.
Man, and Spirit got us together, man. Just do a sit down, you know, try to keep it in the spirit, man, as much as possible, brothers. You know, keep doing this work. We flooding the Thummim and the Urim because, you know, we don't have long, man, and things are happening so fast. And we don't have long, man. I mean, when you wake up, before you know it, it's already 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So things are happening, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is progressing in the Middle East, putting the spirit on them men to come do his will, which is the battle Armageddon, which is Harmagat in the Hebrew, the mountain troops. And the brother just had an article. You can pull it out or you read it if you want.
It says Turkey declares war on USA, who will attack USA troops in Syria, and it's a video.
So you know that Middle East is heating up, man. That's well shit. We could read Joel.
I can get it if you want to break it down.
Okay. Joel 3. You start at 9. Let me see if I'm right there. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
It said proclaim, right? Meaning, hey, we actually go out on the highways and byways every weekend, man, and we shout it out, man, to the top of our voices. Like Isaiah 58 says, cry aloud, spare not, right? And it's what we do. When you look up that word proclaim, I'm going to look it up. Just, proclaim is Hebrew korah, meaning to call out, to cry, you know? So that's what we're doing, man. Go ahead.
Come. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Among them Gentiles, man. We telling these heathens, man. We letting y'all know, hey, the Lord is putting the spirit on y'all to actually go into war. World War III, man. The last of the Mohicans, man. When this war is, when the Yahweh Shem Shai, hey, when this war is finished, man, he's going to set this order up and the nation of Israel is going to be a ruling class forever, man. This is it, man. Ain't going to be no more slavery for the Israelites. You know, go ahead.
Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
Wake up your mighty men. So your generals and your captains, they're preparing their strategic war plans. When you look at these army bases, they're seeing if the tanks, they're preparing the tanks, making sure everything works right. They're preparing the aircraft to make sure everything is working right, making sure the bombs are in the right order. In the arms rooms, everybody's making sure their weapons are cocked, making sure that everything, firing pins are in the right positions, making sure your gas mask works, you know, making sure your flak vest work. The paratroopers are making, the riggers are making sure the parachutes don't have holes in them where they ass don't die jumping out of the plane. All that is preparation of war, man. You know, it's preparation of war. You know?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all men of war draw near, let them come up.
Let them come up to the valley of decision. Harmagat, the mountain of troops, the Middle East, man. That's where this world's war is finna start, man. You know? And that Turkey video, that's Middle East, man. You got Turkey, you got North Africa, you got Israel, you got Iraq, you got Saudi, you got Iran, and Caucasus Mountains, man. You got Russia, China, all that's connected over there, man. You know.
That's right. If I may,
ahead,
just land back and offer you, what you got going on right over there? You got the Euphrates River flowing right in between that, man. And last week, what did Turkey just do, man? They had sent in 72 jets to go over there, pretty much. And when you go into that in modern times, back in ancient times, that were their archers. Before you went into war, you have your archers. They would throw out the first arrows, and afterward, you would send your infantry in to do the rest of the work. So the article that the brother's going into, man, and this is stuff that's we've been harping on for a while, that those men are sending their footmen in to go right over the Euphrates because it's dry. But ultimately, we know that's those angels in the river Euphrates stirring things up as it's prophesied. And we're just seeing the works of that right now. But in the midst of that, what's going on here, you got the men of the Lord over here in mystery Babylon screaming out, proclaiming like it says, man. But it says, proclaim ye this. That means what it says there is stuff that we're saying right now in the highways and byways that the elders going into. You know?
I got a quick precept because we're speaking about everything is getting prepared, right? From the weapons to the firing pins. And this is Jeremiah 46 and verse 3. Order ye the buckler and shield and draw near to battle. Harness the horses and get up ye horsemen and stand forth with your helmets. Furbish the spears and put on the brigandines, which is armor. And it says, wherefore have I seen them dismayed and turned away back, and their mighty ones are beaten down and are fled a peace. But the main point was in 3 and 4, because these things are being prepared, man. All of this stuff, they're not making, like we always say, they're not going to have a nuclear museum. They're not, all these weapons, these bullets, these tanks, these armories, all of them are being prepared for this day. Because when we get in the kingdom, what is one of the things that we're going to do? We're going to burn the weapons of the heathen. We're not going to use weapons like that, because when we get established, we're going to have spiritual powers. It's not going to be carnal powers. It's spiritual. But that's all I wanted to add on to that.
Come. Should we continue on that, Joel?
Go ahead.
This is Joel chapter 3, and this is verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
So what they're saying, these countries, they have been agricultural countries for years. A plowshare and a pruning hook are instruments of agriculture to break that ground up. You know what I'm saying? Where you can plant, and these countries have been that. But when you in the last few years, all the money has been going to changing that agriculture way of living into a military might. Like if you look up Iran, Israel always talking about destroying Iran, but if you look, Iran's military is 4 times larger than Israel's. They have accumulated a lot of military ships, vessels, weaponry. They have nukes now, so they're ready to fight, man. You know,
Sure.
they were the little man on the block, but now they ready. You know, they ready to go at it, right? You know, basically, you know.
Yeah. Look at Kim Jong-un, Rocket Man.
Yeah, they ready.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
right.
weak saying that I'm strong, man. That's what it's boiling down to. The weak is saying that I'm strong. Because just like when the Lord said, when Israel sinned, what did he say? He sent other nations against us. When the statue of Nebuchadnezzar, those were successions of different empires and rulerships that were what? Taken down by each other. Babylonians, the Medes, the Persians, the Greeks, all these nations are being what? They're being took out by other nations. So this is nothing new. The Most High is setting up another nation to come in to take down another nation. But the beautiful part about it, like me and Esau speak, it said, look, now Esau's catching the curses because it's brother against brother. Edomites against Edomites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't realize they're going against their own tribe, man.
Right.
They think it's 2 different tribes, the Russians and Americans. No, it's Edomites against Edomites. So the Most High is cold, man.
Come.
So that did you read? You didn't read the rest of it.
Joel chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares and the pruning hooks, and the swords and the pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Yeah, the weak say I'm strong, like the brother said. Hey, that's those countries. They never had that. They never had that military might. That's just like a cat. If you like a little weakling, frail, you got people pick on you, right? You're gonna be afraid. But you give that same guy a gun, then he become brave. And when you go into that strong, it goes into being brave and mighty. Now they have the military might. Now they ready to fight. You know, it's like bring it on. You know, because it ain't nothing but a push of a button when it all come down to it. When it really come down to it. You know, that's what they get ready to do. You know, so
Come.
you know, whatever.
Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Cause the mighty ones to come down. Those are the angels. Like that brother was just speaking on the angels at the river Euphrates, man. The angels are here. Like you said in Amos 9 and 8. You know, the eyes of the Lord God upon the sinful kingdom. They hear. They hear recording. They taking the recordings back to the Heavenly Father. He's giving them orders on what to do, on who to stir up. You know, and, he's giving that order, and the angels are carrying it out, man. They're carrying that order out. You know.
That's right.
And when you look up that word, like we went over that word order, that brother read in Jeremiah 46. Order. That word order is like an arrangement, man. So they are basically arranging this whole. It's like a beautiful chess game, man. You know, chess pieces are being pushed here, pushed there. You know, until checkmate comes, man. Y'all gonna checkmate y'all, man.
That's right. That's right. Beautiful point.
Go ahead.
Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat, if I may. Let the heathen be wakened, man. It shows you that angels are stirring up the minds of men. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's in Proverbs, I can't remember the exact chapter and verse, but it says the heart of the king is in the hand of the lords. You know what I'm saying? So when he's talking about these angels, man, hey, it says let the heathen be roused up, man. That's the spirit of the angels. That's the spirit of the Lord working through the angels, man. You know what I'm saying? You see people like Kim Jong-un. You see people like I can't remember pronounce his name, from Turkey, Erdogan, something like that. Erdogan. All these mighty ones are pretty much rising up, because back then, especially around the time of World War I and World War II, when America was pretty much being known as a superpower, when they had pretty much battled over the Soviets, a lot of these nations that the brother named were in the agriculture, pretty much in the agriculture and all that. But now once we go further throughout time, man, these ones are they pretty much getting boasted up. They flexing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They flexing their muscles like, man, hey, y'all got it. We got it now, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not by coincidence these individuals, these other nations are coming up against America right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't by coincidence all the stuff that's going on. What we're witnessing right now is prophecy. It's the Spirit of the Lord, the angels that are sent down here stirring up all this strife and drama. The Spirit's getting put on these men to do this, man. This is the right time, man.
I got your precept.
I got it. If you want, you got that precept for him?
Yeah, what he was talking about, the angels?
King, the heart of the king?
No, I got that.
It's Proverbs 21.
Okay.
The first verse, read that for him. I know he was like turning toward that way. Yeah, read that for him. Sweet.
This is Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh.
The king's heart. When you go into that word heart, in the ancient Hebrew, that's pronounced as la'ah, which means your mind. All right, so it says the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord, and just as a footnote, it shows there's no such thing as free will at the same time. All right, because it tells you the mind of the king is in the hands of the Lord. And it also says in the scriptures, I believe it's in the next chapter, it says all men's goings are in the hands of the Lord. You know, so
chapter.
Oh, the preview. Okay, the water. Yeah, that's beautiful. But it shows you, man, these men aren't just randomly coming up with their own thoughts. Like when you watch the movie X-Men Apocalypse, there's a scene when Apocalypse is pretty much, he's controlling the Cerebro, all right, which is a device that Professor X had made to get into the minds of everybody. And he's controlling it. And right at the same time, everybody's eyes turned black, their heads turned. They all went on one accord, went to the key, pushed it, and all the nukes went up, man. And that was through the doings of Apocalypse. Now, just using that as an example, this is the reason why they put that stuff in the movies. Because just like they did it then, man, that's the Spirit of the Lord doing that to these men right now. Except for they're not turning that key yet. They just stirring up to get ready to turn that key. But all of it boils down to that, though, man. The Spirit of the Lord is in these men to rise up at the same exact time, at the same exact place, in the valley of Armageddon, or Armageddon, as it's written, man. In the valley of Yehoshaphat, I should say. Jehoshaphat, the Lord's decision, you know.
And because that shot clock is the elect, man.
That's right.
That's why that's the number. The number. That's when it's taken. Because when them numbers are sealed, that's when it's gonna go. The Lord is only waiting on these prophecies and the elect to be sealed, which through the Spirit, as it's been said, the elect is already close to being sealed. Because the prophecies are speeding up now. So and it makes sense when the less number you got to fulfill, it's going to make it less that you're going to speed it up. It was sped up before, but there wasn't the vast number of elect sealed. Now the more men is getting sealed, the Lord can even speed the days up. He says, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
That's right.
And then this is just a quick precept to the angels, right? Because you're saying the angels are turning to and they're pretty much controlling this thing through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that's telling the angels what to do. And it says, this is Zechariah 5 and verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on this side according to it. Because these angels, they go through the whole earth, man. There's nothing that they don't go into. There's nothing, even in the left-hand side and the right-hand side. They're controlling all this, man. These moves are strategic moves that are being made, like the chess comic was just made. The greatest chess player plays himself. And you always see them intense chess games. They'll hit the button, go on the side, hit the button, hit the button. It's coming like that, man. The moves are set, man. The Lord's playing himself, man. You know? That's all I wanted to add.
Checkmate.
You can go back to 12, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I mean, Joel.
Come. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
So the Lord, He's already sentenced. You've already been convicted of being guilty, right? What comes next is your sentencing, and that's why He says what He's there. He sit. He's going to come there, and His Spirit will be in that valley, sentencing you to death, man, to vindicate you and punish you.
That's right.
And after that, you've been sentenced, and then you're death, man. And that's what He's doing. He's sentencing you to death in that valley of decision. You know. Go ahead.
God. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great.
Okay, the fats overflow. Like when you have a wine press, when you have too many grapes in there, and that press is pressing, what happens? The blood of the grapes are going to what? Run over the side. So this wickedness in this earth is at such a fullness and abundance to it's running over, man. You know what I'm saying? It's running over. The wickedness is running over in the earth.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Precept real quick. This is Revelation 14 and 15. It says, and another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle.
Who sat on the cloud?
That's why it says, come ye down.
Sin.
Come on.
He say, for the time it says, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
Done. It's time to reap, man. It's time to destroy these other nations, right? Destroy America and get your elect out of here, man. It's time to gather your elect, man. Like those good grapes on the vine, man. And the rotten grapes, it's time for just to be vindicated, man. Basically to be destroyed, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Those sheep that are on the right-hand side are going to be the ones delivered, and those goats on the left-hand side are going to be the ones destroyed.
Matthew 25:31.
That's right. That's right. And can guarantee you, without a doubt, there's a lot more goats than it is sheep, and those goats are going to be the ones that's going to be destroyed, man. You know, go for 2/3 of our own people and these other nations.
I'm gonna read that for you. This is Matthew 25 and 30. Matthew 25 and 31. When the Son of Man shall come in His glory.
And that's the Spirit, because that's what we're reading about right now when He says, come down, that sitteth upon the cloud. That said high. You know, He says, come down. Go ahead.
It says, when the Son of Man shall come in His glory, and all the holy angels with Him, then shall He sit upon the throne of His glory. Right? And it says, and He gonna sit on that glory to judge, man.
That's right.
That's why I say He cometh to make war in Revelations 19 chapter. That's His job, man. Man, you people don't understand who Yahweh Shem Yahushua is, man. Hey, man, He's not Winnie Foo the love doctor, bro. He only loved the elect.
The rest of them, man.
You rest of y'all, man. Hey, man, you salami on you salami, man.
That's right.
You finna be pressed salami.
On cheese crackers.
On cheese crackers. Cold pop. It says, verse 32, it says, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
That's right. And I mean, you know, honestly, that even started with that's even starting with us on the highways and byways doing what we're doing, because you got certain men that come up to us that might not look like Israelites, but they're Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And they coming up with a good report. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's talking about later on. But hey, man, the process is now when those sheep and those goats are being separated.
God.
You know.
And you know what? You know, when we tell you people, you Edomites are true to goats, you want to argue, but check this out. You can't get away from this scripture here. This is Daniel's 8.
My man.
And 21, it says, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia. The great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
Who is that, Christians? who is that? Who is that talking about, man? You know, that's going. Did you want to? Were you gonna break it down?
Hey, you good? You good?
That's going into. Can you read that again? One more time, Elder?
It says, and the rough goat, right? The rough goat. It says shaggy male in the commentary, right? It says is the king of Grecia.
The rough goat is the king of Grecia, because you had the ram with the big horn and the little horn in this chapter. And then you had the he-goat, you know what I'm saying, that had the horn in the middle of his head. You know, that rough goat is significant. Pretty well, the goat is represented as Greece, but that king that is talking about is Alexander, because he was the protagonist to take down the Medo-Persian Empire. He was the one that took down King Darius III, and that was when the Persians had lost their power. You know, I don't want to say lost all of it, but pretty much, you know, the Grecians were on top afterward. They had took that down, so they were the rulers of the planet Earth. Now, that's very important, because when you go into that history, that's going into when Esau first started completely having rulership of the whole earth.
I got your precept. This is 1 Maccabees 1 and verse 7.